Okay, this is a special meeting of the Community Development Commission, and today is Friday, December 13, 2024. Madam Recording Secretary, can you please take roll call?
Commissioner Padilla,
Here,
Commissioner Cornelius,
Present.
Commissioner Rios. Here, Commissioner Gallegos,
Here.
Commissioner Ceja Villa,
Right here.
Commissioner Wilhelm. Yeah. Thank you, we have quorum.
Seeing quorum, this meeting is officially called to order. Please rise with the pledge of allegiance. You Vice Chair Cornelius can guide us on that, please. Thank you. At this time, members of the public may address the Community Development Commission regarding any non-agenda items within the subject matter jurisdiction of the committee. No action may be taken on non-agenda items unless authorized by law. Does the public have any comments that they wish to share with the commission? Please know that you have 3 minutes to speak. Nope. Okay, let's move on. This is a time for the commission to consider matters on their consent calendar. Item 1. Do I have a motion to consider item 1?
Motion to consider item 1.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you. All those in favor, please say aye. Any opposed? Okay, matter approved by unanimous consent. We will now consider the matters under the business calendar. We have one item under the business calendar. Item number 2, approve a pre-commitment of $9,807,571 in.
Mr. Villa, this is a matter that, I work for Habitat Fund for, so I'll be releasing myself, right now, I'll be doing it.
Thank you. Okay, so item number 2 is approve a pre-commitment of $9,807,571 in home program funds for the development of 40 new affordable ownership units located at 621 West Alton Avenue. Approve a pre-commitment of $900,000 in inclusionary housing funds for the conversion of 9 rental units into affordable ownership condominium units located at 425 East Wallington Avenue. Will staff report on this matter?
Yes, thank you very much, Madam Chair. Oh, yes, of course. Thank you, Chair and Commissioners. I wanted to just do a quick introduction on this item. This is quite some time coming, about a year and a half of planning in multiple different requests for proposals and a direction from the City Council last year, where they unanimously directed staff to look at doing affordable home ownership. The goal of City Council right now is to utilize our available low mod housing funds towards projects that can help to build intergenerational wealth. And so I will be honest, as an affordable housing professional, I thought, how are we going to accomplish this? It ends up being very, very expensive when you do different projects that are affordable home ownership. But I think we had some great proposals. I think what is being presented today, and I'm going to turn it back over to our housing manager to go through all the details. We also have our consultant from Kaiser Marston, Tim Bretz, who went through quite an exhaustive financial feasibility analysis and keeping us on track, as well as working with Best and Krieger, Matt Cody, who is our legal counsel. And we think that while it was quite a long time frame, and I appreciate the applicant being respectful of how much time it took for us to get here, I'm very happy to present this, and I want to thank the commission for coming in on a Friday on a special meeting like this. And without further ado, I'd like to turn this over to our housing manager.
Thank you so much, Mike, and thank you to the commission as well. We are excited to present to you our pre-commitments of affordable housing funds for Habitat for Humanity. So as Mike mentioned, on October 17th, City Council approved us to issue an RFP exclusively for affordable home ownership opportunities. Now, a couple weeks before that, the commission also approved the issuance of that same RFP on September 27th. So the last time you've seen this RFP was last September. Following that approval, we did issue the RFP, published it on Planet Bids, issued a public notice, and provided the RFP to all of the interested developers and nonprofit organizations that are on our RFP process database. The final deadline for the RFP was on August 22nd, 2024, and we received three eligible proposals prior to that deadline. One from Habitat for Humanity of Orange County, the second one from Mary Erickson Community Housing, the third one from Orange County Community Housing Corporation. We formed a review panel following our Affordable Housing Fund's policies and procedures to review the proposals that we had received. And each proposal was scored and reviewed using the same criteria from the RFP, the same scoring and evaluation form for every single proposal that we received. We as a review panel on behalf of the city, made up of our Community Development Agency staff, including myself, our Community Development Executive Director, our Housing Programs Analyst, our Housing Programs Coordinator, our Planning Manager from our Planning and Building Agency, as well as our Affordable Housing Consultant here with us today. We formed that review panel and determined the final scoring and selection of the proposals. Our award recommendation to you today is for two projects. The first project is located at 621 West Alton Avenue, which you will hear more information about from our partners at Habitat for Humanity, in which we are recommending $9.8 million in home program funds for the development of 40 new affordable homeownership opportunities, including 30 homes for low-income families at 80% area median income, and 10 homes for moderate income families at 120% of the area median income. The second project that we are recommending funding for is for the conversion of 9 existing rental units located at 425 East Wellington Avenue that would be converted into affordable ownership condominium units for moderate income families at 120% AMI. We are recommending an award of $900,000, and it would be comprised of down payment assistance that would be reserved and held for each of the 9 households, up to $180,000 in relocation assistance, and a grant for the remaining balance to develop the project. Just as we're talking about AMIs, we're talking about area median incomes. Here's a snapshot for you of what those AMIs currently look like in Orange County. Now we've highlighted for you the low income and moderate income AMIs. You'll see a 4-person household at the low income area median income would earn up to $126,250, and a median income 4-person household would earn up to $129,000. And with that, we are excited to pass the presentation off to our partners at Habitat for Humanity, for whom we are recommending the award.
Been able to make the IT work. Oh, that's great. Habitat now is it on? No.
It's green light. Okay, it's red and then it's green. There you go. Thank you. You can all hear me. Thank you so much for taking the time today to have this special session as well. We really appreciate the support. And in fact, that's kind of the key word to this whole process. We felt so much support from our board. We have our board chair, Marcy, here, from Santa Ana, the city, great staff support. And then also, okay, you're right under me here. How about that for recording? Okay, I just didn't want to scare everybody off with a loud voice. And of course, we have some key staff members here. Chris, our Chief Marketing Officer, Velma, our VP of Housing, and I am the CEO of Habitat for Humanity of Orange County. So this is, you may know about us. We have been building a new community since early 80s, 90s, but in Orange County, where we focus as our affiliate, we've built 239 homes in 16 counties. And not only have we served those initial 239 families, but we have also bought back, refurbished, and resold the 67 homes over the last 36 years or so. So we keep them affordable in perpetuity. Between the years of 90 and 23, you can see here we built 32 homes in your lovely county in the city here, and always in partnership with the city of Santa Ana. We do have 6 more units that we'll be breaking ground on shortly here on Washington Street. You may have seen that project here a year and a half or so ago. We had a commission meeting on that. And then we're going to tell you about a 9-unit apartment building out in Wellington that we have purchased. And what we did that because we want to shorten the time frame, you know, from when a home is, when we identify a property and get a home built. And so we're hoping this timeline might be around 14, 16 months long, and then we actually have it converted to something that's for sale. Whereas a new development, 3, 4, 5 years, depending on, you know, how, if we have to go through a general plan amendment or anything like that. So that was a strategy in buying the apartment building. And then we are most excited about 40 more homes to be built in Santa Ana here with the project on Alton. So every one of our projects includes equity. Equity from us. We fundraise any gap that we have. We have equity from our homeowners. They all have to volunteer time on the site to build their home. And in our case, with the 40 homes here, it'll be 250 hours per applicant. So on a typical 2-person applicant home, you'll have 500 hours of sweat equity going into that home. And we've been very adept and capable at bridging that gap with our fundraising. And we also get help too from in-kind donations. So Antis Roofing is very generous with us here. Bear Paint, Whirlpool, just to name a few that help us with making that gap and adding to the equity. And I will say our reputation also is very helpful in promoting what we do here. The community is generally very accepting of the added houses. So in our fund development world, this slide, keeping track of my notes here. This is just a record of what we've been able to raise over the last, looks like 11 years. And so we're averaging just under $3 million a year. Thank you. Yeah, so this is further away than a piece of paper right in front of me. So we budgeted for this fiscal year $3 million, but as we move forward for this project, the fundraising goals will be increased. We have well-established fundraising events, relationships with the individual donors and corporate sponsors, and then grants as well. So we've never really had an issue of finding the funds that we need to get a project finished. We have great lending partners, and we also have help from Habitat International. They have a very large cash stack. They have a CDFI at International. So we're able to tap into those funds as well. Currently, we have a very healthy balance sheet. We've got nearly $9 million in cash and about $12 million in retained earnings. So we feel like we're in a really good spot to tackle a project like this. We also have several third-party lenders, mortgage partners. So each one of our homeowners, are going to need to buy the home. We have these relationships set up ahead of time, so there's never an issue of our home buyers not having a way to purchase the home. And they also, we look for lenders and partners that have other resources that can mitigate costs for the home buyer, whether it's wish funds or down payment assistance or anything like that that can help them just make it more affordable. At the end of the day, I don't know if you know this about our mission, but every home is affordable because we limit the cost of housing to 30% of the home buyer's income. So whether the interest rate is 7% or 3%, it's never more than 30% of their income to pay for their housing. And out of that comes HOA, utilities, PITI, all the stuff that rolls into the cost of housing. So it's a remarkable opportunity for a family to get into a place, settle in, build generational wealth. Their children go to the same school and never have to move around to another place. It's really remarkable to see what the power of home ownership means to a family. So this is what really drives us for this mission, is changing the lives of those families. So we have a proven, efficient, and effective process of promoting, soliciting, and identifying the perfect buyer for the house. And it's just year after year, we have this process that really works well. We find families who are ready to own a home because we don't want them to be overextended with any sort of debt. They have the discipline in paying their bills on a regular basis. And the result is we have had 0 defaults in our history. None, not a single one. So we think we get the right people involved with each one of these houses. The involving the community is really the magic of our mission. The volunteer time that comes from people in the community wanting to get involved, in addition to the families. And so we're just not an affordable home builder, but we're really an effective community partner. So this is just a picture of what's out there right now at West Alton. There's a few religious church buildings there. They're currently occupied and in use. Mr. Taramina is the owner of the property. He's here with us today. He's a great supporter of our mission. And he is he brought this property to us and is discounting the cost of the land significantly to help us make it work financially. So he's a marvelous partner with us here. At this site, it's located in Ward 4. We are planning to build 20 duplex buildings, giving us 40 homes. And we've talked about how the affordability will be 30 of them at 80% AMI and 10 of them at 120. 3-bedroom, 1.5 baths, about 1,100 square feet per unit. 2 of those homes will be ADA compliant to meet the requirements there, 96 stalls. And we're throwing it out right now, maybe a farmhouse style kind of home, so it sort of fits into the neighborhood. And we do recognize we'll need to do a general plan amendment and a zone change. So we're starting with that assumption. If there's any possibility we can find a way to utilize SB4, we will go that route as well. Try to save a little time. So you can hear a little site map of what's going on. It is zoned in R1, the general plan LR 7.0. So there's multifamily on 2 sides, single family on one side, and we have this a school across the street. So that's right there in the middle of a neighborhood, and I think it would fit nicely in the area. And this is more data, which I can't read from here, but pretty straightforward about the site information. So I want to show you our idea behind this. How do you put 40 houses on this 2 acres? So you see we've got a row of homes along the adjacent property that has multifamily. And is there one of those laser pointer things on this?
At the top of it?
Let's try that.
Will it work?
Yeah.
It is.
Oh, I saw it, but it won't show up on it. All right, straight down below that thing, down the middle there between those houses, though, is this Paseo, this area. It's like a green belt through the middle. So it'll just, allow people not to feel so constricted. They'll have their own yard, entrances, and being townhomes, they're not going to have any stacked flats. So you're not going to live under or over anybody. It's really a lovely neighborhood. We're pretty pleased with this design that our architect came up with. And Oh my, I'm never gonna read that from here. Thank you. Okay. So we talked about, see if there's new information here. So yes, the Paseo I talked about and central courtyards, there's a large park across the street, which will be great. And they'll have front porches and patios as well. There is a garage and a guest parking stall for each home. So you end up with plenty of parking on this site. I know this is something that's always important to the city. And a very convenient route for picking up trash and for emergency vehicles. So that's the idea behind this. Now, this is where you take over, I think, right?
Yeah.
At the end, a little more, okay, a little bit more to read, okay. So in summary, 40 homes, low and moderate sales price. It's compatible with the neighborhood. And we also have relocation support to the religious organizations on site according to federal regulations. I'm going to move on to the Wellington project here. So some of you may recognize this project. It was renovated recently, just before our purchase. And this is in Ward 6. And our plan is to convert the apartments to condominiums with 100% affordability, performed for modern homes. We have existing tenants that are there that would probably fit into low income. So the down payment assistance being offered by the city will help us bridge that gap. There are 9 garages, so there are 9 parking stalls essentially. And it's a nice minimalist traditional style architecture. This is the site, corner of Lacey and Wellington. It's zoned accordingly up there, MR 15.0 and SD 19. And the surrounding areas, of course, are multifamily, and then there's a parking lot and some single family residents. So it fits very nicely into the neighborhood. With that, there are 10 units in this building. One of them is 2-bedroom. Excuse me, 9 units. Why does it say 10? 10 bedrooms. Excuse me, 9 units, 1 2-bedroom, 8 1-bedroom. Thank you. French Park area. This is more information. Essentially, there's 5,300 square feet, approximately 1,500 square feet of living space. And then the 2-car garages that there's 2, and then there's 2-car garages attached to the main building, and then there's 7 more behind it in the back. So what was attractive to us when we looked at this property is it's completely renovated recently. So new floors, electrical, plumbing, finishes, doors, windows. The whole thing is really beautiful when you walk into these units. And it precludes us from having to go and renovate the units. And so we can move along the process that much faster. We don't have to carry it as long if we are able to just quickly put a condominium map on it and sell it. So it's been nicely renovated. There are even some structural innovations. The separation walls have resilient channels, so it's already got some sound separation, which is just terrific for us. This is the site. You can see the garages, 7 garages in the back, and then up towards the street, there's the 2 at the end of the unit there. The idea behind this is to give the current residents a first right of refusal. So they have a chance. If you can afford to rent, why can't you afford to buy? So this is the thinking that we have behind this. There's relocation assistance that'll be offered, and with the city's help, we're extending it beyond the 3 months to 12 months. And very much appreciate also the support with the inclusionary housing for additional assistance for the low income homes. And this is slide 24, which I think is where you take over, correct? Is there there we go. Any questions that I should answer at this point, or just
We'll leave it to the end.
Right.
So just to emphasize, and you can keep that, but I could use the mouse here. So just to close our presentation here, combined project benefits, this is a recommendation for $10.7 million in funding to develop 49 new affordable home ownership opportunities. The per door assistance is $218,000 per door versus $178,000 per door for traditional affordable rental units. When Mike and I pulled that data, we were jumping up and down, ecstatic, because of how efficient that is relative to providing affordable home ownership opportunities across the state of California for a public agency. This is, if approved by the commission and approved by city council, this will be the single largest investment in affordable home ownership opportunities in the history of the city. And I was also thinking about this earlier today, that it also combines with the investments that the city council has made in down payment assistance over the last couple of years, which again is unprecedented. This will also double the number of affordable homes that Habitat for Humanity has built in our city. And it will become the most number of homes that they have built in any city in Orange County. So when Santa Ana says that we are leading the way in terms of providing affordable home ownership opportunities, we will be able to gladly declare those two successes. So the award recommendation is it does not bind the city to take actions thereafter. So it doesn't bind, you're not binding the planning commission to approve the general plan amendment or zone change. You're not binding city council to approve a density bonus agreement. It doesn't obligate the city or the city's, city staff to take any actions that relative to the entitlements of the project. And the construction, rehabilitation, installation, or operation of the project. It will also be conditional on Habitat obtaining approval of all their entitlements and discretionary actions, amongst some other various conditions, like, for example, the National Environmental Policy Act. We will need to also verify that Habitat for Humanity has secured all the remaining financing. Those are two major conditions that I can think of off the top of my head. So again, here's the recommended actions today. We have our partners from Habitat for Humanity here with us, of course, as well as the owner of the property for Alton. And we are available for any questions you may have.
Does any of the commission have any questions? Okay, go ahead.
One, regarding the Alton property, will there be emphasis or to prioritize, say, Santa Ana residents people who are already Santa Ana residents, but maybe in a rental or even living in an overcrowded situation? Will they get priority?
Yes, thank you, Commissioner Gallegos. So in compliance with the city's local resident preference ordinance, I don't think I have that name correctly, but local resident ordinance, we will require Habitat for Humanity to have a preference for our local residents who live or work in the city. So that will be for the Alton project, and of course at the Wellington site, 8 of the units are occupied, but the 9th one will be a preference as well.
Any other questions?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I'm just wondering, why are only 2 of the homes, I think on the Alton property, ADA compliant when all of them?
So as we understand it, that is the minimum requirement. So we're starting there, just to see the need. We do have one ADA unit at the Washington Street. And so as we open up applications, it may inform us about how great the need is to have ADA units. But for now, it's just to meet the minimum standards at least.
And then the Wellington property is already renovated, correct?
Yes.
So just was wondering, what's the sweat equity that's involved in that one?
It would be smaller in this case because it's already been done. It may be as in the 100 hours range that we're thinking. We have, I almost look at it as a buyback. Kind of, that our buyback programs are 100 hours of sweat equity, which takes applicants generally about 4 months to do. And they can volunteer at a restore, in our office, on a construction site. They just won't be working on their home because we don't have the opportunity there. But it's still important for them to have that experience of giving back. And it's a hand up, not a handout that way.
And then the 1-bedroom units in the Wellington unit, or property that's intended for a smaller family, obviously.
Yeah, the thinking there is that maybe a retired couple, a single young professional, it's gonna meet that need. So when we say family, it's gonna be a very small unit.
Okay,
We don't foresee it being a family of four trying to move into a one bedroom.
yeah,
You know, it's not ideal. So it's really meeting a unique niche that isn't well served. And we thought it'd be something new to try.
I didn't know that, so like young professionals.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they're just trying to get started. Why not? If they can
Yeah.
get in and for the next few years, build a little equity, live affordably. We think that also feeds into the future, breaking the cycle of being sucked down into the rental world.
Definitely, thank you.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Idalia.
Well, I just wanted to emphasize the first right offer. I think that's not many projects are very intentional on offering the tenants the first right of to purchase. But my question is, what's the process of the ones that can't afford to buy the?
Yeah, or maybe they don't want to. There is relocation and the 12 months is pretty generous. In this case, so it really that's, I think, all you can offer in this case. We won't have other projects ready to move people to if they're ready for it. So it's just, you have an idea of.
Well, in part of the process that we go through when identifying families, it's collaborating with neighborhood organizations, community organizations, and there are organizations out there that provide housing counseling, housing services, housing referral services. So as we get closer to that point, our goal is to collaborate with some of those housing agencies that might assist the families in identifying a new place to live and access resources. And maybe consider options on how they can leverage the relocation funds they will be receiving.
You're welcome.
Do we have any other questions? Well, thank you for the presentation. It was great. It's definitely very excited to see this project. My questions goes to I was reviewing the memorandum that Tim, right, sent to the city, very detailed. Thank you for that. In terms of the indirect costs, so I understand that right now we're upfronting the money that you guys put on here, but where the indirect cost, where is that gonna come from? It's listed in your review, all the other indirect costs, which I'm guessing that's not adding to whatever we're putting in.
So we break down the total cost of the project into 3 categories.
Okay,
And so it's direct costs, which are direct rehabilitation or construction costs. So the cost to actually build the units. And then indirect costs are like architecture, permits and fees, some marketing costs. So there's still costs to the project, and either the city's assistance or Habitat's equity will pay for them. It's just a separate category of the total project costs. And those can be during the pre-development phase or during the construction phase, or some may be during when they're selling the units.
so the 10 million, to round it up, that the city is gonna upfront is not the total cost for the overall project, correct?
That's correct. That's only a portion of the overall cost of the project.
And the rest of the cost is gonna come from Habitat for Humanity?
Habitat for Humanity, and then a portion of the sales proceeds from each unit.
Okay. All right, well, my only comment also will be, I will honestly love to see more 2-bedroom do it too. We know that there's more need for families. And I feel like the down payment assistance program that we have is working perfectly for young professionals trying to get into homes. But I understand it's a little bit hard to build 2 bedrooms. I just always get excited with more than 1 bedroom, knowing that there's the sizes of the families in nowadays are not just like a couple or like young professionals. So I would like to see that, but hopefully in the future we get to see more projects that that have more bedrooms in there for affordable housing. Other than that, I don't have any more comments, and seeing none from the commission. Do I have a motion to approve item number 2?
So move.
Okay, do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you. All those in favor, please say aye.
I,
Aye.
Aye. Okay, seeing, any opposed? I see none, so congratulations, this matter is unanimous approved. Okay, now we're gonna move into staff comments. Does the staff has any comments for us today?
You know, I want to say happy holidays to the commissioners. Let's go to the slide on. I want to say one of the things, and I probably should have brought this up during the project benefits for both of them. So let's start with the first one. I want to point out what I really like about the way they designed the Alton property is that right now there is parking along the bike trail. And the way they've done it is they've created a drive along the bike trail, which is immediately adjacent on the west. What we fail to do a lot of times in our design in our city is to front natural resources and natural areas like this. So you don't have eyes in those areas. And there were issues not too long ago. Unfortunately, two young children were attacked along that bike trail. And it's because there's not eyes on that recreational opportunity. So when they designed and I saw that basically the units are going to be able to look out onto the bike trail and you're going to have, the subject matter experts of the future. That's what I call a lot of our residents. You are the subject matter experts of your neighborhood. And I think that's a tremendous design feature. It's a small one, but I think it's important. And then let's go over to the Wellington site, the northwest corner of Lacey and Wellington. And what I love about this is it's taking an apartment complex and turning it into an opportunity for people to own. There'll be some turnover through natural tendencies of those property owners to move up into other housing. And it's going into a neighborhood that's a nice, beautiful, historic neighborhood where you don't want, and we saw this in the mini street neighborhood, Cornerstone Village now. It's starting to slip. Some of those private properties are being bought by apartment owners, and they're now starting to put 10 people into a 1-bedroom unit. That's not going to happen with Habitat for Humanity. So that's why I'm glad that this apartment complex is converting over to a condo complex. So I wanted to make those comments to thank the design team that worked on this with Habitat for Humanity. And then I wanted again to reiterate happy holidays. And finally, an apology to the commission and to the chair and the commissioners. I met Tim back in 2006 when he was working on his master's and he was an intern. You did a master's, right, at USC? And I was interim staff, the redevelopment manager over in Bell Gardens. And I tried to get him to come to work at my consulting firm. And he went to the competitor and he's with Kaiser Marston. And even though he's working still with Kaiser Marston 17 years later, they do great work. And I very much wanted to take that moment to thank him for the great work that he did on this project and all the other affordable housing projects. So I apologize at the beginning. I was chit-chatting. I don't get to see him too often. And I wish he could have come to Tierra West Advisors, been a part of our ownership way back then. But I wanted to apologize and thank you all for the great work on this project. So.
Okay, Mike, apology accepted. I'm just kidding. No, thank you, Tim. Honestly, your memorandum is very detail oriented. It answered many of my questions. So do we have any commissioners that would like to say their final comments for today's meeting?
Yeah, so this is my final meeting. My term ends, and then I also got an offer for a position for a district attorney position in Sutter County.
Congratulations.
So I will be relocating up north. So I'm glad that my final meeting, I got to be part of the largest investment in affordable housing in Orange County. So it was a historical moment, but thank you for commissioners and staff for all your hard work over the years. And I will be sad to leave Santa Ana, but thank you.
Thank you. You will be missed. I don't have a vice chair. Come on. Okay, Mr. Gallegos.
Just want to say happy holidays to everyone. Hope everyone has a wonderful Christmas, Happy New Year, Hanukkah, whatever everyone celebrates. And see you all next year.
Thank you. Natalia?
I just want to say thank you for your patience and just take the time to relax and recharge for the 2025. So thank you for all your hard work.
Thank you. So yeah, for me too, thank you for the presentation. Thank you, Habitat for Humanity, for keep on doing great work for the community, not only in Santa Ana, but in all Orange County. We're really happy this is the second project that I get to see that you guys brought and in the time that I've been in this commission, and it's always great, and we love how receptive you are to our comments. And so yeah, thank you so much for your partnership, for keep doing the good work. And yeah, happy holidays to all. And as you all know, I have a business in downtown Santa Ana. We have the Tamal Festival on Saturday. You all have to come tomorrow. It's a great opportunity to support local business, to eat super yummy tamales. I just came here, but I was doing tamales this morning. I'm just kidding. I do not cook. Do not trust me with that. But we're all getting ready in the downtown, and it's a great moment. We're gonna have a kids zone for the first time this year. So we're super excited for that. I know Mayor Valeria Mesco is gonna do a toy drive that day. So please look it up on social media, support this event, which is very close to my heart. It's gonna be from 3 to 10 p.m. tomorrow. So I'll be selling ponche. I don't know if anyone knows what ponche is, but it's something very, yeah. And you can get it with piquete in the restaurant, not at the event, but at the restaurant. It's on 4th Street, all 4th Street in downtown. Yes. So it's gonna be really great. So I hope to see you all all there, and I hope you all enjoy your holidays. And yeah, now we'll go with you. How about your final comments?
Is it on? Oh, yeah, I
Yes.
could see. I just want to say thank you, and I'm excited always to be here. And I just want to say, all this is kind of new to me, so I'm trying to get everything, kind of figure things out a little bit at a time. So I know I'm a little quiet, but usually I'm not. I talk a lot and I'm really loud, but trying to learn everything that you guys are doing and stuff like that. And I'm gonna try to come tomorrow. And I just want to say Merry Christmas to everyone and Happy New Year's and stuff like that. And just it's exciting. Thank you.
Thank you. We're really excited to have you here. So without further ado, this meeting is adjourned, and the next regular meeting, unless we have another special meeting, because I'm liking the special meetings no more. The next regular meeting is scheduled for Wednesday, January 22nd at 4:30